Hi everyone, welcome back to entrepreneurship classes, and today we will be beginning with unit number 4, lesson number 2, that is merger and acquisition. So these two words, merger and acquisition, might be very new to you all, but you have come across the situations, but you may not know the actual meaning of merger and acquisition. Well, what is this merger? And this is something, it looks like, yeah, here it is, merger and acquisition. Actually, merger is when two companies or two business entities combine as one. X and Y combining together and forming a new business is known as merger. But acquisition is something where you overtake something. Suppose this is as a, yeah, this is water bottle with some living water. Now if this living water is taken over by dewdrops, which is also a mineral water, if living water is taken over by dewdrops, then that will be an example of overtake acquisition. It may be because of loan, it may be because of failure of business, and winding up of business. All these things may come for this uh, acquisition. Now, some example. This one example that I can give for this is the one that merger is something. It looks like, yeah. So this is how Vodafone and Idea have merged as one. Now they are no more Vodafone or Idea, but there is something called V, which we use. I am also a subscriber of V now. Earlier it was my Vodafone. So this is an example of merger when two entities combine as one. This may be because the other one is not going successful, or it may be because they want to earn more profits. So many reasons behind this, so we never know what is the actual reason for this. All right, next we have, yeah, this is the one, the next one. And this one is an example of acquisition where sometimes the acquisition can be friendly, sometimes unfriendly, sometimes this, sometimes that. This is when your business is indebted, is in a big debt with someone, or tries to give away the business, or the business is not successful, so they just want to stop it. So acquisition may happen in different ways. As you can see from the picture, it looks a bit different because here both of them, like, they are trying to overtake. So this is what common examples of merger. Let's see what's there in the book. Yeah, this is what we have. Let me make this one a bit smaller. Yeah, this will do. Yeah. So merger is a combination of two companies to form a new company. Well, an acquisition is the purchase of one company by another company in which no new company is formed. In merger, especially, the CEO of both the companies agree to form a new company. So merger is the combination of two companies to form one, but acquisition is the overtaking or purchasing of one company by the another. There is no name in acquisition, but there is a new name in merger. So in acquisition, one company takes the other company completely. It takes completely. In this case, target company still exists, but within the control of acquirer. The buyer company buys the shares and controls uh, the target company being purchased. Merger and acquisition are external growth. These are external growth, which are not internal factors, growth strategies, and can take place within one country or across national borders. Within one country or across national borders. So this is the introduction about merger and acquisition. We have some of the reasons for what are the reasons for merger and acquisition. The reasons could be to increase the growth of the firm, to diversify the product line, to bring increase in price earning ratio and market share. You can easily understand what these points means to reduce competition by absorbing or merging with competitive firms, to obtain high quality technology and highly innovative management. Next, to get tax advantage observing other firms with accumulated losses, to get entry in a new market, and then to get synergy, operational synergy and financial synergy. So what are these synergies, we will know. Now here, types of integration in mergers. There are different types. One is horizontal integration, where horizontal integration is a long-term strategy of the firm which is based on growth through acquisition or merger of one or similar business. Similar business acquiring similar business is an example of horizontal integration. Okay, next we have, we will not be going to the advantages. For example, like one example of horizontal, it can be when two sugar mills combine with when two sugar mills combine, or when two cement companies combine, it can be example of horizontal. Now, advantages and limitation I won't be going through, that's not really very important, so we will be going through this vertical integration, the next one. It is the combination of integration of successive stages of process of manufacturing. For example, integration of cotton textile industry with spinning unit or weaving. Suppose your industry manufactures only cotton, the thread, but weaving and manufacturing of cloth is done by someone else. So when these two, though they are different, but from the same product line, so if these two merge, then it will be an example of vertical integration. Next we have conglomerate, also known as mixed integration. It is a mixture of both horizontal and vertical integration. It is a combination of business units belonging to different industries and producing altogether different products. They combine under centralized control. For example, steel mill combining with sugar mill, that's all. The main advantage of this integration is getting larger economic power. Now, next, market extension mergers. A market extension mergers takes place between two companies that deal with same products but in separate market. Its main purpose is to capture a bigger market. That is an example of market extension merger. Okay, here I have, now there is one example of market extension merger is given. Hero company was selling bicycle in bikes in India. Honda was selling all on foreign market. Both the companies joined to form Hero Honda to capture bigger share of market. That's all. Now we have product extension merger. Now, by the name itself, you will know product extension merger, which means product extension merger allows the merging companies to group together their product and get access to bigger set of consumers. This helps them to earn higher profits. Example, the Mobilink Telecom Inc. deals with the manufacturing of handset, with broadband company who are expert in wireless products. So, one manufactures handset and one manufactures wireless products. So, these are a combination of product extension where product is being merged. Now we will come to acquisition. So as I have already mentioned, what is acquisition is it's a kind of overtaking. That is, acquisition is a general term which includes acquisition of control, taking over of a company, acquisition of tangible asset and intangible assets, acquisition of rights and other kinds of obligation. Acquisition is often made as a part of company's growth strategy. Acquisitions are often paid in cash, stock, or both. Acquisition is the form of takeover in the buying of one company by another. Now there can be types: friendly acquisition, where the approval is very friendly; then reverse, which is when a private company take over a public company, it is called reverse acquisition. Basic flip acquisition. In this type, the purchasing company becomes the subsidiary of the purchased company. Hostile acquisition. It is a forced acquisition. The smaller company is bought to such a situation that it has no option but to say yes to acquisition. So this is the types of acquisition, 4 different types of acquisition, and we will also see some of the reasons of failure of merger and acquisition. The first failure is unrealistic price paid for target. Then difficulties in cultural integration. Then we have here overstated synergies. Now mergers and acquisition are carried on for creating synergies, which means a increase or a growth of profit. Synergies basically means that reduce costs, reduction in networking capital, and improvement in investment. Overestimation of this can lead to failure of mergers. If you overestimate, then it will lead to the failure of mergers. Okay, next we have integration difficulties. Sometimes companies very often go for mergers with integration strategy. It is the information available on related issues adequate or inaccurate that integration becomes difficult. Poor business fit, high leverage, adequate due diligence, which is company's debt, risk coverage, all this. Then boredom split, regularity issue, human resource issue. So these are some of the issues which are the reasons for the failure of merger and acquisition. You merge and the reason for failure of merger and acquisition. You merge or you acquire but you fail completely. These are the reasons. If you have any problem in any of this point, you can ask me separately, either in the comment box in the group or privately also. You may ask this one. Now this video has got a little bit more than 10 minutes, but I'm sure it won't harm anyone. And let's see what this is the last page. To recap and to conclude, merger where two companies they merge or two business they merge to form one. There is a new name, and then this is mainly to grow the business and to increase profit, all those things. Then we have acquisition where you overtake someone, and it happened in four different forms: friendly, basic, flip, all those. And this is in order to increase the sale, or you are not in a position to expand your business, so you let someone acquire your business, you get some money in return, and the business is done. So this is all about merger and acquisition. Well, like, it really takes a lot of time to explain this whole, but since we are going through virtual classes, I hope most of the things you have to make yourself, self studies, and I'm sure it would help. So if there is any doubt, no worries, we can always discuss that in our interaction session. But as far as I can do, I have given my best for these two topics, merger and acquisition. With this, I end up 4.2. I hope this was fruitful for everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and then take care, everyone. God bless all.